Man, that's a big boat. 70-footer. Let's just do a little walk around here, get familiar with the boat. Then we'll look at the bottom. I believe these are built in England. Really cool. You get a chance to look at one of these underneath. I was just at the Palm Beach boat shows with show with boats 3 times this size. And you know, usually you don't get to see under the belly of the beast. Bow thruster. Oh, that's not delamination, really. That's just bottom paint coming off. Might be a little bit right there. Here we go. Here's a delamination. I don't know if that's electrolysis that's causing that. But there you've got your fiberglass laid in, and there is your gel coat. So you can see how thick the gel coat is. You know, it's more than a paint. It's a really hard finish. It's much thicker than paint, like say on a car or even on a boat when they are painted, which most of them are not. Most of them are gel coated, but yeah, it's coming off. Big question is why. Not terribly hard fix for this size of a boat and that you know, small of a piece, but who knows why. And as it just keeps going, you know, the whole bottom flakes off and you've got a mess. But I think normally that's from electrolysis. Is that right? Let me know. Drop in the comments below. Why is this thing peeling? Got great shine on her. Man, it's huge. We got it blocked up properly. Man, when I used to do bottoms, you could not walk underneath it. Here we got a little blister. Been popped. Seawater leaking out. Here's a blister. These are little blisters. They can get really big. These are really small blisters, but there is more and more of them. Intakes. Sea strainers. Since it's so easy to walk underneath here, I might as well take a little time. Doing a little more inspection here. This prop has been dinged. You can see the bend in it. So is this one. And a little bit here. This is the worst of it. So maybe that's probably what happened. She hit something up here. So that's what started the delamination process. They tried to turn away from it, hit the prop hard, and that's what's giving the engine issues. And now the prop is going to have to be reconditioned. So it appears to be collision, maybe, is what created this problem. It says port engine crank bearing has damage, but I don't know exactly where that's at. It's in the engine. This is the port shaft. That's a big wheel. Got the stern thruster taken apart here. Really cool though. Here you can see exactly what they look like. Cut away and opened up. All of that is most likely from the boat being acid washed. When you acid wash them to get the scum line off, to get the brown tannin staining off, it goes right into the bottom paint and it eats at it and turns it that color. This boat definitely is in bad need of a bottom job, obviously, including the delamination. Maybe that's part of the issue. It was maybe left for a while without the proper coat of bottom paint. Oh, let's climb aboard. These lights are pretty crusty. Here we do have a little bit of paint peeling And I think actually Vikings are all painted. So if I said gel coat, what I meant was paint over the gel coat. They come out of the mold and then they paint them. So I'm not seeing this anywhere else, but back here along the apron on the swim platform, she's gonna need some refreshing. Just gonna walk along and kind of explore the boat together. So got our shore power hookups, teak decking, place for a tender, integrated swim platform. Got her Lemar windlass for snugging the boat down to the dock, and very serious stainless boat cleat. Comfortable aft deck here. Teak seating. Probably you can find the cushions here somewhere, maybe. Let's see how well. Oh yeah, really nice varnished table. Yeah, underneath this thin layer of bottom paint dust and dirt is a glossy gel coat. A little narrow here. Walking up, teak step, teak lip on the steps. Again, just coming from that boatyard where everything is just spick and span. This boat needs a bath pretty bad, but it's all just surface. See a little crazing right there, a little cracking, but I don't see a whole lot of that. Big sun pad. Starting bid is $125,000. Now, that starting bid, it probably is going to go for far more than that, but man, you don't want to know what these go for at the boat show. Let's see if we can get access here. Just show you this door. Side hatch. Okay, a little sneaky exit out of the helm for quick access to a side cleat to your dock lines. Looks like she might be a little messy inside. Not sure where this dock cooler slash bench goes. Maybe up on the bow. But anyway, over here we have emergency shutoff for starboard engine, port engine. We've got forward bilge and aft bilge. I guess that's to, well, here's the handle for the emergency pump. Fire extinguisher. I don't know, could you imagine taking on water and using that little hand pump? I think at that point you might be wanting to figure out where the leak is coming from. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to keep this baby afloat by hand. Huh. Here's our access to our engine room. Shall we take a look? Let's go now, why not? Could just be the lazarette or crew quarters, I'm not sure. Down, down, down we go. What do we find? Nobody knows. Okay. Generator room. There's Glen Benning. These little beads help her roll in and out. It's your power cord. There's the Glen Benning. There's the basket that catches it, so you don't have a bunch of heavy cord up on the deck. Lights are on in here. Looks like somebody's doing some work to it. Here's another entry through the hatch in the deck. Man Marine, Man Diesels. What is that piece? Is that a manifold? Pretty cool. Chunk of iron right there. I wouldn't want to carry that out. Yeah, here we go. Crew quarters. All the way aft. It'll work. For two. As long as you're friendly. Let's see here. We can get inside the engine room here. Lights are out. Boys, got plenty of headroom, but 2024 engine filters got replaced. New toilet got repair. It did have some more work done too. Air conditioning's quite a few things actually. I'm gonna redo that later. There's a fuel tank. Man, it's got, like I said, headroom, but it's going to be tight in here working on these. Nowhere really to step right here on the front. Not a lot of room back there. Okay, here's what's missing. Is that the exhaust manifold? Let me look into the block. They got it closed up. Not much room over there though, guys. Not the most spacious room. Now here's the air conditions. 1, 2. Looks like this one's in good shape. Looks like there's 4. Maybe 3 or 4 were replaced. Oh, we got more than that. Like 7. Looks like 4 have been replaced very recently. Side power, automatic main switch, oil change system. It's 2005. She's 20 years old. Probably seen a lot of super salty Bahamian water. She's got a little bit of the corrosion to prove it. Although I hear mercury test plants in Englewood, Florida, because it is the saltiest water on earth. That's what I heard from a guy who works for Mercury. Alright, well, it looks like a watertight door when she's shut. Let's see what else we can find. Pull into the bridge. Bimini top, solid stainless piping, isinglass, needs to be replaced or really well cleaned, I suppose. Everything's covered. Bow and stern thrusters. All of our toggle switches, Furuno, electronics. Okay, not bad. Twin little captain seat and navigation seat, dark gray. And there we got a electric grill, wash basin, fridge underneath, comfortable lounge here, It's going to go down to the helm station, I'm sure. The davit is leaking hydraulic fluid. Got a life raft. And a spot for a small tender. I think you're going to get a whole lot more than, I don't know, maybe 10 feet. Little tender. Sneak it over the rails. Actually, those rails come out. Okay. Those rails look like they lift out to bring the tender in. With the E-Perb. Alright, let's head down inside, check out the salon. Well, not too bad of a mess. Very pretty. High gloss on all of the wood finishes. Nice leather settee. And the galley has this etched or frosted glass. I think I'd rather have that out. I think it's more of a European style to have the closed in galley, but you have a nice window here to look out through. She needs some, looks like something was peeled off of there. A little bit of work done there, but yeah, granite countertops, large basin for washing your hands and dishes, 4-top burner, dishwasher, nice fridge, good size. Comes with agave tequila, maybe. Depending on who delivers it for you, that may or may not be left when she arrives. But yeah, you can see, I'd rather just be able to look right out, not only to your guests or your family, but right out through the sliders. Another settee over here for making this a nice little conversation area. Bamboo flooring. And here we have the stairs up to the bridge. Wine bar. Here's all of our cushions for the bridge, covering our dinette table, which does not lower down. Up to manuals. It's always nice if you can find those, where you can feel the heat coming through here. So you turn the light on. You got black, yeah, black leather. Really a sharp looking cockpit in here. Feel like in the Batmobile with this black door. Darker wood. I think it may. No, I don't think that's the bamboo. It's something different. But yeah, it kind of feels like a sports car look. We've got our power distribution, crew area lights, exterior lights, lower deck lights, autopilot. Some of these boats have 100 light switches on them. There's some pump just turned on. To starboard. Into the head. Wood floors. Teak wooden grate. Gives it a nice feel. Nice little head. Well, I guess let's stay here. There's so many rooms. This looks like, I guess this is a queen. The other one may have been a twin. We got some headliner coming down here. See in there a little bit of the construction. Just holding by Velcro, so it's probably down for a reason. They must be working on something in there, some wiring, pulling wires or something. A lot of the wood finishes in here as well. Here we've got a little fiberglass chair rail quarrying into the wood and the wood floor. Needs a good cleaning. She does feel steps. That carpet's a little worn. I mean, it's 20 years old. Maybe it was a charter boat though. I feel like it may have been charter run. Just feels like she's been run pretty hard. Double bunk. Here we go. Master stateroom. I don't love this headliner. You can see the different marks in it when it's been touched and cleaned. Full beam though. Pretty well centered. Probably a little forward. But it should be a comfy spot. Again, this wall finishing is kind of like the same in the galley. It needs to be recovered. Nice desk area. And good size head. Some water damage through there. Could just be from the shower constantly getting wet. Not sure where that water damage came from, but it's a big shower. That's a wide shower, like a nice wide bench running long ways, so comfortable. Well, the stories this boat could tell if it was a charter boat. Let's pop open some of these hatches. Here's the holding tank. It smells like, not terrible. I don't smell it in here at all. I smell it when I open that though. Let's check these hatches. Fiberglass repair going on. Alright, so here we are, Cooper Capital. Here's the boat we're looking at. 2005, minimum bid $125,000. Real quick though, I'm going to be doing a video on this 56 Ocean Super Sport that sunk, so minimum bid there $15,000. That'll be a cool one. This is getting a lot of attention too. A lot of views here. Minor delamination and blisters reported to the hull. Here's all of your specs. And if you want to bid, you come up here, submit your bid, and just follow the instructions. If you want to see the boat, you have to be local to Fort Lauderdale, or the boats that you're looking at, and get a waiver. It's a very simple process. Let's take a look here online. There's not a lot out there. This is our best comp. It's a 2-year newer boat, and they're asking 1.325. So a full $1.2 million over the starting bid is what they're asking. And I've already clicked here and looked at a few pictures, so just to give you an idea, when she's in model form, completely cleaned out. It could be a different layout, but you get the idea. What a beauty she is. And she's all cleaned up. Let's take a look at this helm. I want to see if it's the same. There's the galley. Yeah, I mean, you could tell, like the boat we were just looking at this is full of mat cushions and just all kinds of stuff. Once you get it all cleaned up, man, it's really pretty. Here's that helm with the window curtains off. Got a it's much brighter feeling. It felt kind of claustrophobic, but seeing it here, it's not too bad. It's not the pilot house that I would prefer. It still kind of feels like a sports car, but you could always hop up top and fly, steer from the fly bridge. Here's a cleaned up version of the engine room. But yeah, not a lot out there. There's a 68 footer, 4 years older, similar boat, 440,000. And you know, this could be a total outlier. Who knows if they'd ever even get anywhere close to 1.3. Here's an 02 for 900,000 and an 03 for 750. I'd put it somewhere probably in this, you know, $400,000 to $700,000 range. That would be my completely unprofessional opinion, but anyway, back to the video. Thanks for watching. That's all I got for you. Permission to lay ashore. See you on the next one.